In the quiet town of Brooksville, nestled in the rural outskirts of Georgia, the disappearance of a 16-year-old girl named Amara James shook the community to its core. This was no ordinary missing person case. It was a mystery that captured national headlines, spawned internet theories, and baffled investigators for over a decade. As new evidence emerges and key witnesses come forward, the question still haunts everyone. What really happened to Amara James? May 6, 2012 was a Sunday. Amara, a bright, artistic, and somewhat reserved teenager, had spent the afternoon at a local park with her best friend, Tisha Green. The two had been inseparable since middle school. They shared everything: secrets, dreams, even a private journal they buried under a tree in the woods. Witnesses later said they saw Amara walking home alone around 7:45 p.m. She was wearing a faded blue hoodie, her favorite Converse sneakers, and carrying a sketchbook under her arm. Her route would have taken her past the old bridge over Red Pine Creek, a shortcut she took every time. She never made it home. By 10 p.m., her mother, Marlene James, had called every friend, every relative, and finally, the police. It wasn't like her, Marlene would say later. Even if she was going to be late, she would call. Something wasn't right. I felt it. The first 48 hours were a flurry of confusion, media reports, and desperate pleas for help. Local authorities combed the woods. Volunteers formed search parties. Police dogs sniffed out trails that went cold near the bridge. They found her sketchbook, half soaked in mud, a few pages torn and scattered across the embankment. But no blood. No signs of a struggle. No clear suspects. Her phone pinged a tower near Old Mill Road at 8:12 p.m., then went silent. Rumors began to spread. Had she run away? Was it foul play? A local man named Trent Holbrook, a 42-year-old with prior offenses, was become a person of interest, but was released due to lack of evidence. Then, silence. Brooksville wasn't just disturbed, it was paranoid. There were whispers of cult activity in the woods. Tisha revealed in an emotional interview that Amara had recently received disturbing messages online from an unknown profile. Messages the police couldn't trace. She told me she felt like she was being followed, that someone was watching her. Online sleuths began to dissect the case. Reddit threads exploded. YouTube videos garnered millions of views. Everyone had a theory. Some believed Amara had discovered something she wasn't supposed to, a local drug operation, a secret affair. Others were convinced she was abducted by a serial predator who had been active in the state since 2009. Still, the case grew colder each year. In 2021, nearly a decade later, Brooksville's new sheriff, Diane Monroe, reopened the case. She had found something buried in the old case files, an anonymous letter, postmarked 2 weeks after Amara disappeared. It read, "You're looking in the wrong place. She didn't cross the bridge, she went under it." The original investigators had dismissed it as a prank, but Monroe wasn't convinced. Under the bridge, they found bones. Not human, but close by, they found a small charm bracelet. It belonged to Amara. That discovery ignited a new wave of interest and reopened old wounds. Sheriff Monroe brought in forensic experts to reanalyze the evidence. The bracelet contained trace DNA, but it wasn't Amara's. It matched a local teenager who had died in a fire in 2015, Caleb Rollins, who had once been in Amara's art class. Caleb had been a quiet, awkward boy, often bullied. No one had ever connected him to the case. His mother, however, revealed something chilling. Caleb had nightmares every night. He would wake up screaming, saying, "I didn't mean to. She just fell." Did he lure her under the bridge that night? Was it an accident or something darker? A classmate, Jamie Price, stepped forward after years of silence. Jamie claimed Caleb confessed to him in 2013, a year before the fire, saying he had pushed Amara during an argument and she hit her head. He panicked and dragged her into the stream. When she didn't wake up, he ran. Jamie had never told anyone, until now. But with Caleb dead, there could be no trial, no formal closure. However, based on the new information, the sheriff officially changed the case status from missing to presumed dead, closed with circumstantial evidence. Brooksville never recovered. The mural of Amara still stands outside the high school, covered in flowers every year on her birthday. Her mother, now a speaker for missing children's rights, says, "I still feel her, not just in memory, in presence. I think her soul is restless because we never found her body. Volunteers still walk the woods sometimes, just in case." Was Jamie telling the truth? Could Caleb really have acted alone? Why didn't police take the original letter more seriously? And the biggest question of all, was someone else involved? Because in 2024, another anonymous letter arrived, this time sent to a true crime podcast covering Amara's story. It said, "He wasn't alone. The woods hide more than bones. Keep looking." The story of Amara James may never truly end. Her case is officially closed, but her name lives on in whispers, murals, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Brooksville remembers, the internet remembers, and you, the viewer, now hold the key to keeping this mystery alive. If you know something, say something, because sometimes the truth waits in silence until someone finally listens. Subscribe for more cold case investigations and true crime stories like this. Drop your theories in the comments. Your voice could make a difference. Share this video. Help keep Amara's story alive.